What's going on, everybody? It's Kobee Byrd with His Productions. I got a little vlog for you guys today. My brother, he just recently committed to Sac State, and today we're gonna take him out, and then we're gonna have a little thing later on. So, yeah.
Hey guys! No, we're twins. Okay, I did her hair. That's on period.
There he is, right there.
Hey, I'm the only one. I can pull this off. I'm the only one. I'm the only one.
All right. So yeah, we're just gonna have a good day, and then we just chilling day. You already know.
Oh, you're black. Oh wait. Shit, this thing is heavy.
It is not heavy.
It is heavy. Also like that. Wait, can I see? I can see it. Oh wait, it's right there.
Hey
there
guys,
we go.
this is our vlog. So, I think we're going to the mall and we're going bowling.
Ew, Peyton, not that face. So yeah. Wait, I can't see. Okay.
Bro, turn the air on.
It is on.
Turn it on higher.
Is that better? Okay.
Can I see the vlog?
That's it.
Hey y'all, so how was y'all day?
You filming?
Oh lord.
Huh?
Oh
Ooh, they got the Crocs. You did. Peyton got the Crocs. Hey, we don't need lights. We have a good camera.
My foot finna get stuck.
I told you not to say.
Bro, if you don't get that light up out of here, bro, we got that Sony A7 III, bro. We don't need lights.
Nice.
You feel me?
I told you not to say. That's it.
Finna head back to the crib. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh.
Jackson, would you get to the? You just got the Crocs?
We're gonna die.
The light literally just turned real fast.
Okay. That's what's up.
That's on period.
Hey, we didn't get to go to the bowling alley, but it's all good. We'll do it another day.
But it's okay because we got our Crocs.
Tomorrow? I don't know about tomorrow.
Veterans Day bowling?
Hey, tomorrow's Monday.
We ain't got no school.
Oh, that's right.
What if we had school tomorrow?
Bro, I just realized that too, bro. We ain't got no school, bro.
Kobee, you don't even go to school.
I don't go to school. I go to Yes Productions.
He go to his office.
Right.
It's 10 steps from his room.
I go to the lab. Yo, it is. You feel me?
We really do.
Hey.
I prefer that chop. It's gonna kiss you and won't never tell. I can cook that dope just like a worker. You can STL.
Look, it's my car. No, white bins. Little tiny white bins.
And then there's my car. Oh shit, is that white? That's clean. Bro, who is here? Whose car is that?
I have no idea.
And whose
So
car
they
is
go to
that?
big ass house and just go straight to the cars?
Shut up, Gary.
Whose car is
Alright.
Wait. Is that
Whose Jeep is that?
Bro, walk. You over here looking.
Byrd. Hey.
What up, dog? What up?
Put that one on. Put your shirt on. Take your shirt off. Take your shirt off.
Strip.
Let's see if you six-pack ready.
Not too many people here.
And he's wearing a Sac State hat.
Hey.
It's raining. Oh, yeah. All right.
I'm a fun guy.
She was like, did you have a hard time keeping it away?
But you did on purpose with the green shirt? You did on purpose with the green shirt? It worked out. She's overwhelmed.
Can I get in three? No, Marley stay. No.
Yeah.
What up, Jack? What up, Jack? Don't forget your auntie. I'm getting there free. Hey, I'm Jaxon. I'm Jaxon's auntie.
Slowly making your way. Last but not least.
Hi, are you surprised?
What you think? What you think? How you feeling? How you feeling?
Surprise for sure.
Your face is so classic.
There's a flash on my face. Dark. I think the flash. I think I turned the flash on.
I just want to first thank everyone for being here today. This is a very special day for the Byrd family. We're excited. You all know Jaxon verbally committed to Sac State. Yeah. Stingers up. And it was something that, Lindsay and I and Jaxon and Peyton and Kobee, we talked about, and we was heeing and hawing, oh, he's going to get more offers, he's going to do that. And I think the Spirit kind of led us, because Lindsay, when me and her and I are both on the same accord, it's always a good thumbs up, you know what I mean? And we're both going back and forth. Should we do sack? Should we wait? And we're just clicking on both angles, and we shared it with Jaxon, and Jaxon was like, yeah, okay. And we didn't really know exactly where he stood, if he wanted to or if he didn't. And we're on our way to SoCal, and Jaxon was like, I called the coach. And we're like, call the coach? What are you talking about? And he was like, I committed. And Lindsay and I looked at it, we're like, what the heck? You committed to where? And he's like, Sac State. And we're like, wow, okay. And that's a typical Jaxon move. He's a man. He's going to do it the way he wants to do it, regardless of whatever everyone else is saying. And I think that definitely shows some leadership skills or just being a leader in itself. And he was born that way. And I just want to say I'm so proud of you, son, and your decision that you made and your commitment that you had ever since you were a kid. And some of the
GPA looking like 4.0. Come on now.
Which one?
Just tell everybody about the offer. What they offered him.
You could share that. I'm gonna say my little spiel and you can share whatever you want to say.
Well, I think what really resonated with us is the first thing that Coach Christensen said was that Jaxon was the very first 2022 recruit in the nation that he's looking at. And so that to us made us feel like they really want Jaxon. And when someone wants your kid, that means everything. Secondly, they want him to be a two-way player, which means a lot to Jaxon because he wants to play the field, he wants to play the infield, he wants to play the outfield, he wants to hit, and he wants to pitch. And not a lot of schools offer you that, so they're offering him that. Thirdly, they're giving him a full ride. So they're giving him full academics, so full tuition, all his books, all his fees, and he can work up. The coach said he can work up to earning his room and board as well.
Yeah.
So depending on how he does on the field, they give him rewards based on how their progress on the field, performance.
So hopefully we can keep his room and board right up there as long as we can.
Yeah. So. And the last thing is we've heard just amazing things about Reggie Christensen, who's the head coach at Sac State, and his team is phenomenal. So, I mean, with all of that, it just made sense. And especially with him being here in Sacramento, look at all the support he has. We called you guys this morning, and this is how many people show up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is how many people will be watching you play. At your game. So it's just exciting, and we're really excited for him. And
I gotta say, when I was in Little League playing on that field right outside in the park, there was one game where we had everybody there, and they was all chanting. What were they chanting? Byrd, man, or something. It was something crazy. And I was pitching that game. I did real good. And that was the game I got my first home run ever. That was crazy. That was crazy.
Right here by the house.
Yeah.
But that's crazy. I didn't see it coming at all.
Hey, he just thought it was another day.
Another day. Hey Jaxon, what are you doing today? You gonna go to the mall or go bowling or do something?
Right. But me and Markel, we went to high school together. We've been knowing each other for years, and Markel runs the CBA program. He works with a lot of kids, and he is constantly getting kids scholarships on a regular. And I told Markel about the offer, and Markel, he's a hard critic on some of these coaches. Like, he just don't be like, yeah, okay, yeah. He was like, okay, so send me the email. Okay, let me see what's going on. And he was like, that's a good offer. He's like, Reggie's a solid guy. If he says he's going to be a two-way player, he's going to be a two-way player. Because some of these other coaches, they'll tell you one thing and do another. Yeah. So when he, confirmed that that's a good offer, everything, I was like, okay, this is kind of meant to be, So I just want to, thank Markel for always being in his nephew's corner, giving him the best advice. And when we signed on with CBA, everything that he told us, him and Shan, has all came into fruition. And I see how hard he works, and it's just amazing to be a part of the program and to be able to have an opportunity like this. For Jaxon, it's amazing because, we all want the best for our kids, but we don't know how it's going to pan out. We're like, okay, is it this? Is it going to be that? But, when you put in the work and you surround yourself by good people, good things happen. Yeah. I think that's in Jackson's case. He's, he might not be the best kid, the best hitter, the best this and that, but the way he conducts himself, the way he carries himself, it is definitely, leading up to where he is today.
Hitter. He is the best hitter.
Remember he used to do
what I mean?
His little heart too. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Preach. We thought he was gonna be a little preacher.
Yeah.
I want to just say, I have a lot of parents here, and Jackson, I saw Jackson, I remember I went to their JMF game. Mm-hmm. I showed up, and someone said, you got to come, Anthony called me, you got to come check out Jackson Byrd. I'm like, Ramsey Byrd's son? Yeah, lefty, I go, I want him to get with you. I'm like, all right. So I show up, and I see Ramsey there, and I'm watching the game, and I'm like, yeah, kid has potential. They had him all over the place. They had him pitching, outfield, everything else. I'm like, I go, we gotta change that. I go, we gotta figure out a spot. And me and GMF, we work really well together because I work a lot with the kids. And my first thing I told Ramsey, I said, look, wherever you're playing right now, they're not gonna do what I'm gonna do. I go, because I'm gonna expose your kid. And expose mean I'm gonna make them look bad to look good. And as you guys all have kids and play basketball and football, you want to be at a program that's going to make you want to be better. A lot of these programs will have your kids play, and you're playing these local kids. Half these local kids aren't playing at the next level. Period. And one thing that I can say about Jackson is when we threw him out there to the horses, he performed. And he might have came right here, then he came back up. And when I talked to my coaches and we're going, like, how's Byrd doing? He's like, he's doing good. I'm like, he's going to be fine then. Because at the end of the day, we want to expose these kids to the best. Just like anything in life. You want to expose them to the top-notch players. And that's how you're going to get to that next level. You don't get to the next level by being big fish, small pond. You get in the next level being small fish, ocean. And you dominate the ocean. Even if I'm eating guppies, I'm dominating the ocean. And, Byrd, he could go Pac-12. He can go. He had Oregon State. He had Fullerton. He had Nevada was hitting me up. That's like my little mini project right there. They're hitting me up about him. And so, but Reggie is one of my guys, and he already knew when I saw Jackson, and Sacramento State at that time was being late on their recruits, and Coach Reggie hit me up about why am I not getting the 4 guys that are all going to Nevada. I go, because you didn't offer them when they were sophomores. So when he talked to me about Jackson, he goes, I'm not making that mistake again. He goes, you told me he's the next X. I go, yeah, he is. He goes, I respect that. And they went the extra effort as mom and dad. He did his job. Every time he was there, he crushed the ball. He's been crushing the ball all summer, I can tell you. Because I was at some of his games, and all he did was hit the ball I'm like, whoa. Right? And when my phone, and how you guys don't know is my phone will blow up when they're in Arizona, they're performing. All of a sudden, I get 8 billion coaches texting me about who's this kid and what's going on and how tall is daddy. I go, don't worry about how tall is daddy.
Hey, how tall mommy?
Yeah, just go to the mother. Just tell them about the mom.
But I'm so happy for him, and I know that he understands. He plays for, and one thing that we preach at CBA is you play for CBA. And if a lot of you guys don't know, we're the #1 program in the nation. We destroy people, not just on a local level, but on a national. We're in 3 national championships this past year, and he's going to be on that stage moving forward. I'm so happy for him, and I know he's going to represent us on the local and a national level moving forward. So we're really happy for him. And thank
you. So if anybody else want to open up the mic, I know people want to eat, but take this time to say some quick little words.
Well, I remember when Jackson was little, up as high as I could throw it, and purposely left, right, back, forward. That little guy would run around and he'd catch every ball I could throw. And this is when he was a little fidget, I said, that Jackson, he's going to be something one of these days.
The other grandpa got something to say.
Jackson, he and my birthday, I think we were like a week apart. And we always had a special bond. And even as an infant, he'd be riding with me, or they bring him over to the house and I sit him up on the pillow. We watch TV and cartoons together and everything. And we always had this real special bond. So
Golfing together.
Yeah, we go golfing out there by his school, and he's a pretty good golfer. Well, I saw your coach the other day. Papa B and I were over there playing. He says, "Don't let him golf too much. I want to keep that baseball swinging."
Jerry, like no
more golfing.
Okay.
Yeah, we saw Jerry the golfer. He stopped there every morning, hits a few balls. So Papa B and I were playing. But he just reaffirmed everything that we all know already. Jackson's the man.
Yes, hey, tell him you won his truck. hey, we walked up and he was like, "Hey, Papa's truck, that's gonna be mine one day."
That may very well happen.
Hey, that might be a graduation
I'm
gift.
gonna be retiring my car pretty soon and you. I'm 18.
Papa's gonna get it.
And I just want to say, my nephew has never been a trouble kid at all. And when you do become pro, I don't want anything free. Just hire me as the masseuse. I'll rub them elbows all day.
A couple of credits for that. I just want to say congratulations to you, man. Yeah, man. I know my best friend is Kenny Williams Jr. He didn't even know that I was related to you, but he knew who you were. So that's huge, man. So just continue to stay humble, and keep pushing through, man, and go with your gut and your heart instinct. You know what I mean? You'll be all right.
Yes, sir.
And every time I was putting everything away, the only person I seen coming out from the classroom with all his stuff, walking with his little cast on, with his setting up the fungo machine to go get some ground balls, even though you could only use one hand, was you. And I never told you, but I was really proud of you because of your work ethic. Like we went to a small school. Like who would have thought, you know what I'm saying, like a kid we would get an offer for Sac State coming from JMF. No one knows where JMF is at. Like, and just that little grind every time I see you come out there, I was like, he's gonna be something. And I seen it when we went to San Diego. You're working your butt off, and unfortunately you got injured, but I just seen it. I seen flashes. And I know everybody here believe in you, but it was even more for me because I seen you come out there and just work your butt off even though you was injured. And that silent grind right there that you had that no one knew what you was doing out there. You were the only person setting up everything. Everyone seen you. And I just want to say that work ethic helped you where you get you at, helped you where you get you at now. And just continue to just have that work ethic, continue to have that hunger. You know what I'm saying? I look up to you right now. I'm not in your position, but you just make me want to work even harder because of where you're at right now. You're a young kid. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I love watching you play. You know what I'm saying? I want to keep watching you play. And I hopefully want to play with you one day again.
So I just have one more announcement so in CBA we have different levels. Our top tier team is called CBA Marucci, and so Jackson's been selected to be given a chance to play on CBA Marucci for his sophomore year. Wow. So I've already sent my recommendation to the coach. So again, it's the #1 program in the nation, and so I'm hoping you get chosen. Just keep grinding, but we're very proud of you and we love you, brother.
Yeah, baby.
And
she was a hell of a softball player now, don't you?
I did a long time ago. I'm washed up now. But Jackson, he's like the perfect role model, to my young boys and especially Jamoris. And whether you know it or not, I always bring your name up, when we're talking to Jamoris and talking about discipline and balance, especially. Just last week, I'm like, look at Jackson. Jackson, he gets straight A's. He's a great student. He's a great overall kid. He does great on the field. I don't have to, or his parents don't have to push him out and say, Jackson, go play catch. Jackson, go to practice. Go do this. Go do that. Like, you're a great example and role model, for your nephews. I love how positive you are. Jaxon always brings good energy, you know, to any scene he comes in. You know, I love Jaxon. He's a great little hustler. He's my fixer. I have a preschool business. Anytime I need something built, I'm like, Jaxon, I'll give you $20. You come over here and fix this. And he's there. He just cleaned my car out last week. You know, he's always
the kids.
Yeah, he don't do that.
He did. He tutored Tony to get on his bike and ride to Tony's house and tutor.
Oh, well, not my kid. Anyway, I'm super proud of you, bro. I love you, and I appreciate the role model you are to Jamoris. I trust you with him. He just got his license, and Jamoris like, Mom, Jaxon gonna come pick me up, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. So he picked Jamoris up for his birthday, and they went out to Cold Stones and drove around and hung out. And he's like, sis, make sure you write this in case I get pulled over. So I had to write a permission slip saying I give him permission for Jamoris to ride with him. But yeah, I'm so proud of you. You're well deserving of everything that's coming to you. You know, you're great, and I love you.
Okay. When we were younger, me and Jaxon went to the baseball field over there, and I was always saying how I was like better than him and stuff, and like he was just like a great role model to me. He taught me like how to throw a ball, catch a ball, and I was just saying I'm better than him. But look where he's at right now. I just really appreciate what he does for me a lot, and like. Yeah, it's hard to say, but yeah, I just want to say I love you, and I'm glad that where you're at right now. And,
Appreciate it, little bro.
Hey, Olivia.
Yeah, come on, Pepe.
We have a lot of memories together. We're really close, and you know, we went through Metamorphosis. If anyone knows what that is.
Corny.
I just want to say I'm really proud of you, and I hope you have a good future.
Man, Jax, man, I just want to say I'm so proud of you, little bro. I'm still your big bro, even though he done got taller than me, man. We have so many memories, as Jocelyn and Peyton said, like, man, you my like ride or die. You my bro, like my little bro. Like I remember when you was first born, I was like 4 or 5 years old, and Keith was there. And we was talking about it the other day.
Seen all the kids.
Man, I was like I was in the bed, and Keith was like, "Wake up!" I thought it was my dad. I was like, "Dad, what are you talking about?" He was like, "I ain't your dad." And then I remember that day like it was yesterday. I had on my Sacramento Kings headband. I used to be wearing jerseys and stuff. Anyway, man, I remember when I was holding you in my arms, and I was just like, man, like, you know, you my guy. You know what I mean? Yeah. When we grew up together, I was like 10, and you were like maybe like 4 or 5. And you would come into bed with me, and you'd be like, "Big bro, what do you want to talk about?" And me, I was such a loving kid. Like I was so welcoming to all, like my little brother and little sister. I was like, "Come on, come into bed." So he would sleep with me, and we would just talk
for like 3 years.
Man, we would just talk about everything. He'd be like, "What do you want to talk about?" Man, let's talk about life. Let's talk about our dreams. Like we used to talk about everything. We used to talk about everything, and I'm gonna keep it short, but I could go on forever. Like Jaxon is just Jaxon is so amazing. Like when he was like you know how YouTube is big now, like. He was literally a vlogger. Yeah, seriously. Like before YouTube was big, my dad had got him this little like vlogging camera kinda. And he used to be on it like this. He used to be like, "Hey guys, hello. This is the Jaxon Show."
My nephew here.
Andy, let me see it.
So cute.
Hey, I'm gonna wrap this up, but I'm gonna show you guys some videos after this, like later on when everybody eats. But hey, I just want to say I'm so proud of you, bro, and I love you. And I always knew that you would play baseball. I mean, we went through football, basketball, but when he went to baseball, he just had that different love, and I saw it. And I was always playing sports and stuff, and I'm so glad that I had to sacrifice my sports career, and you got to pick that back up and just rock with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I always thought I was gonna be in the NBA, all this, and then God said, "Screw,
Right.
you gonna be the filmer, and he gonna be the athlete." I'm so happy, bro, that you the athlete, and we gonna rock with you, boy.
Yay!
I knew my little Jackson was gonna do something special because he's, from a little kid, he's always been just genuine, you know, and just an old soul. He's always been an old soul, and you know, like different things. When talk about when he was doing his recording, he was like, "My grandma, isn't she nice? She's so nice to me."
Hey, we got that video, by the way. We're gonna show y'all.
Hello, we are going to be recording for 10 minutes. Oh, yes, we are. And look at the dog that my grandma gave me. And isn't she so nice? Look at her.
What is that? Where do you get that from? Oh, that's what Kobee. Give me that.
No, it's mine. And when we get there, we are going to be done. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
He was just genuine, just such a, you know, everything was so deep with Jackson.
Tell them about my public
And,
defender.
you know, and like,
my public defender.
he was about 3 years old, and we would always come down. We'd be down here just about every 2 weeks. We were living in San Jose, and we'd come down for Kobee. He played soccer and baseball and all this and that, and we used to come down all the time. And Jackson and Booker, when Lindsay had Jackson, we would always come down, and Booker, he would, just a baby, and Booker would put him on the pillow, and Lindsay and I would be gone, and he would be with Booker. And this particular day, he was about 3 years old, and I was telling Booker something, and I was talking loud to him, and so Jackson comes up and he goes, "Don't talk to my papa like that. You're being mean to my papa. You're being mean. Don't talk to him like that." And I said, "Jackson, how am I being mean to your papa?" No, he said, "My papa's a good man, good papa. Don't talk to him like that." I said, "How am I being mean to your papa?" He said, "You were loud." And I was like,
So Jackson turned around and went in the living room, started watching TV again. And Myrna looks at me and she goes, "Did you tell him to do that?" No. And Jackson was passing by me after he finished talking to her, and he goes like this.
"You're being mean to my papa. My papa's a good papa.
Like he had
Don't
been here
talk
before.
to him like
She thought
that."
I put him up to it.
But that was just Jackson. He's
Just
always been an
expressing
old soul. And I love him. I could call Jackson, I don't care when, and Jackson will never tell me no. And I love that about him. You know, he's such a sweetheart and such a special person. But all my grandsons are like that. So, I love it.
Oh my God.
Skateboard. He's really a good surfer.
He's very versatile. He's versatile.
Yeah,
He goes out in the ocean and everywhere.
But when it comes to our house, because we live 300 yards from the ocean, he loves to go to Tamarack and and surf.
We have 3
Hey.
surfboards that we keep for
Yeah.
him. Our neighbors
Yeah.
across the way have been giving him lessons.
Oh my God, he scares me to death. I mean, he be out in the ocean.
Yeah.
Like, you know what Mom was saying, like, it's a trip to think about all the different things that he does. He rides a skateboard, keeps straight A's. He's a pastor on the off season. You know, there's like nothing he can't accomplish. Like, seriously, it's kind of funny to think about all the different things, from flying to surfing to skateboarding to golf. Like, you know.
Listen, I remember.
Keep off the golf course.
I'll say something real quick. Like, what were y'all doing in Mexico? I sold the guy. It was like $40 a person.
Hey, no, that's what
Jackson's
Jackson's good at, talking to people too, like negotiating. But it was me, Jackson, and Jocelyn. and we were in Cabo. And Cabo out there, they be wanting your money. So we had to get on the bus, spend money, all that. I didn't bring no money. I already knew what I was stepping into. They said all inclusive. I said it's good. But anyway, we got there. And you know how everybody, they be asking, you want this, you want this? And this one guy came up to Jackson, he's like, you want to go jet skiing? He was like, yeah. So he got the little thing, and he's like, man, I only got $40, and I think it was like 60. He hustled the guy. And man, we had got on that jet ski. That was one of the funnest days of my life. Like,
okay, they skipped the part where they robbed sister of her cash.
That's what they're supposed to do.
They took my money.
We love you. We love you. Then we had a little bonus there. There was a little knock on my door. And Jackson said, Barbara, I need to borrow $50. No problem. We got home, and within 20 minutes, Jackson came back in my house and paid me. Now that part I liked.
One thing about Papa give you whatever you want. But if you if you say you want to pay him back.
We were home 20 minutes off the plane. He came around and knocked on the door and said, Papa, here's your. I said, oh, okay, thanks.
Right.
You know, like,
Jackson,
man.
Okay, Jackson is all around.
But you know, let me tell you one
Yeah.
time Jackson was talking sassy to me, and his dad had talked. He called me. I kept that voicemail. He said, Auntie, I just want to tell you, I apologize for getting really smart with you, and it will never happen again. I kept it in the lady for like a year. I never told it. It was the cutest little thing. He said, I am so sorry I got smart aleck with you, Auntie.
Somebody else talk. I'm Dinah, Jackson's aunt. Jackson, one time we was at Mommy Myrna's house, and you know I can't swim. So Jackson said, come on, Auntie, I'm going to show you how to swim. So we were going back and forth. He was showing me what to do, and he's just always there anytime you need him, and I love him for that. I'm very proud of you, Jackson, and I can't wait for the Auntie, haven't been to none of your games, but I will be at these. I love you, and put God first and everything will follow.
Yes, yeah.
How proud I am of you, Jackson. I have a quick story. I was remodeling my apartment, and they came and painted and gave me new carpet, and I'm calling all my cousins, hey, can you help me move all my stuff? And oh, well, we got this engagement, that engagement. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna call Jackson. And I said, cuz. No, first I called Uncle, and he was like, call Jackson, he'll do it for you. I called him, he goes, yeah, cuz, pick me up, blah, blah, blah. I said, I'll shoot you a 20. He goes, I'm on my way. I picked him up. Shoot, okay, it's like this. Okay, we're gonna go down like this, and then it's like that. And I mean, we did it in a amount of 30 minutes, in and out. And I just want to say I appreciate you for that. I love you. So proud of you, and I will be in those bleachers cheering you on.
But yeah, he all over the place.
Yeah, I'm proud of you, cuz. Congratulations.
Yeah.
And all they do is FaceTime each other, and they're doing homework. You know, she's a AP girl. You know, she's super athletic. You know, I went to go watch her play volleyball, and a ball was hit like way over there. And Mom was like, I got it. I'm like, how in the world is she gonna get that ball way over there? But she was. I was like, hey, okay, she got skills. And but she's super sweet, and you know, she's an amazing student and athletic on the court, and and her family, her dad is amazing. You know, before they even became a couple. You know, me and her dad would always talk, you know, he was like, hey, you know, I like Jackson, he's a good kid, you know.
That guy is gonna do something one day, you know. This, that, I like him, man. He got a good swing, you know. He's a good kid, you know. And then once they became a couple, because you know, Jackson was like, Dad, I like you, man. Like, I was like, okay, but you better talk to Jerry, like, you know. I'm just make sure you talk to him, you know, because you know. So then once he found out they were kind of dating, he was like, you know, I really like Jackson, but you know, Maya, man, I don't know. I don't know about Jackson. Before he liked Jackson, but he was like, I don't know. But
once he knows, he knew kind of how Jackson was. He wasn't about trying to do, goofy stuff. Like he was, keeping on up and up. He respected him, So yeah. But I just want to say thanks for being you're like the perfect, girl for Jackson because you guys both have the same goals in mind. You know what I mean? And I'm excited, that you guys have met each other in the time of where you guys are in your life and everything. So Jackson be going to the games, he drives himself to her games, and I'm like, okay, that's kind of dope, But I'm gonna leave it to her, if she wants to say a little something about her too, real quick.
They practically said everything. I am proud of you always know that, and I'm I just admire your drive and like how you always how you're just like always driven to just like chase after your dreams. It's so inspiring. You inspire me every day to be better as an athlete and also as a student. And like this is my study buddy always right here. Always studying with me, and he's always making sure that I'm always on like my game, my A game, even when I'm injured, even when I'm not feeling it. He always tells me you need to do this because like he understands. Like I found the one like that can understand.
Yeah,
you're special.
I ain't really an emotional guy, but y'all making me a little emotional. If anybody want to warm something up, all you got to do is press Micro Express. But I want to thank everybody for coming. There's so many people that contributed to this. It was definitely not on my own. Markel, Auntie Shan, Cousin Lando. Where he at? I don't know where he went. Oh. But always looking out for me, being right there, my Myrna and Papa taking me to my practices, Kobee taking me to my practices. Shoot, just everyone else loving on me, keeping me in check, making sure I'm ahead on my studies. I'll be in my bed wanting to go to sleep, make me get up and do a couple more assignments. Gary coming up to the school, hitting with me, being at the game. I remember it was at our Rio Linda game. It was our first game of the season. I think I like rolled over and popped up. And I come back to the dugout. I'm like thinking. And then Gary come up behind me, put his arm around me. Give me a little pep talk. So I go up to the bat. I hear him behind me saying a few words. And then I go, and I get in like a 1-1 count. And then bow, hit a double right down left field line, two-run scores. And I look right at Gary, point to him. That was my first hit of the season. I'll never forget that. And then everybody else, I love you guys so much. I didn't see none of this coming. Shoot, they said they was gonna take me to the mall. I thought I was planning the mall trip, but I guess not. But my mom said they called everybody this morning to come. That was like, it's crazy. I have so much love for all you guys. I don't want to go too long, but I just want to thank everybody for
What about
coming.
your mom and dad? You're a good person. Do you have a good dad or a good mom or what?
Everybody know how special
They okay.
They always supporting me. My dad, he calls himself my #1 fan.
That's right.
But ripping and running me everywhere, all of my games, all of my practices. Luckily now I got my license, so I can do that. Even though
You be running out of work. I gotta get to I said, could you miss one game? I'll never miss one game. That's good. You go, I gotta get out of here. He'll tell everybody I gotta leave early today because my son gotta have a game.
even though I got my license, he still drive up there, got his little pull-out chair, go takes out, got his little tray table on the right, got some seeds and a little energy drink right there.
Energy drink.
Yeah, all right. Sure, I'll just never forget them days. Got 2 of the chairs in there, rolling to the games.
He just have so much support.
Got so many memories. And all these stories y'all telling, that's not even a quarter of how many stories there are. But
I think the one thing, real quick, besides your ability and everything, when we went to the River Cats game, because we have an Airbnb, so we had an Airbnb pitcher that stayed with us because they made the playoffs and they ended up winning the whole thing. So we had one of the big time pitchers that stayed with us. So he was like, hey man, if you want to come to the games, let me know. So we're like, okay, we need 10 tickets. He was like, no problem or whatever. So we would always go to the games, and so we, and I said, hey man, Jackson, why don't you invite some of the JMF kids? So
wait a second, he said if you want to come to the game and you go, yeah I do, I need 10 tickets?
Yeah. And he was okay. He was like, let me know, whatever you want. So I'm like, I need 10 tickets. He's like, okay, I got you. So I invited some of the players. So they had a camera crew there. So so I was like, hey, there's about 6 JMF kids that are here. They're high school kids. Jerry Manuel. She's like, oh, I know Jerry, blah, blah, blah. She's like, do you mind if, do you think one of the kids would want to talk? I was like, let me see. I still didn't really know. So I said, Jackson, the TV station is here. Do you think, you want to talk? And she's like, yeah, I'll talk. And I was like, yeah, okay. I didn't realize that he was like, it was like no problem. So he went up there and he came up there like a pro. Like he wasn't even tripping like, oh my God, what are they gonna ask me? He was like, yeah, Dad, I'll talk. All right, look. I was like, wow. I was like, okay. And he walked up and he was like, hey, how you doing? I'm Jackson. And he stood there and all his teammates stood by him and he talked like it was nothing. Like it was just elementary. And I looked at the lady that interviewed him. And after she spoke, they had their little interview. She's like, oh my God, he was really good. Like, I was like, okay, I never prompted him or told him anything about, oh, do this and say this and say that. He just did it all on his own, just as a natural.
They called me,
so that kind of impressed me.
Yeah. Whoa, I was impressed.
Yeah. I was impressed.
When he spoke in the camera, he didn't say, yeah. He just flowed, but that's natural.
Yeah. So when he did that, I was just, I was just kind of cool. But like I said, we can go on and on, but most importantly, thank you everybody for coming. And this is actually cool. So we got some shrimp Creole chicken. Everybody eat up. Lenore. So bless the food. So Lenore,
gather hands.
You want to bless the food?
Show him better than we can tell him. Come on, Jax.
All right, go ahead, Lenore.
Go ahead, Jax.
Jackson, go.
Go ahead, Jax. You want to lead it or you want Lenore?
We're going to lead it. Come on, we're going to show him better than we can tell him. Let's get it.
All right, everybody bow their heads and we're going to bless the food.
Heavenly Father, Lord God, thank you for bringing us all together as a family, as one big happy family. Thank you for this amazing, amazing support system that I have and giving me this wonderful opportunity and being able to share it with the people that I love. Thank you for this food that we're about to receive, about to be nutritious to our bodies. Please bless that you will watch over everyone and allow us to be together and love on each other. Under you, in Jesus' name we pray, amen.
We don't have enough of these for everybody. Just two bowls.
Got a little concoction going, right? Yeah. We got the sauce with the scrimp. No, not sure it's scrimp.
Hey, that's the drip right there.
You feel me? Let me bring it close to the Lin-Na-Yins. You remember?
Hold on, it's ain't even.
Hey, you know who made that? His mama made that. She's straight from the bayou. You didn't even know she was from the bayou. We got the dirty rice.
That's that Creole food.
We got the dirty rice. Nothing nice. You know what I mean? It's bomb. It's fire though. And then we gotta have a fried chicken. Not chicken, it's chicken.
Okay.
That part.